Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today is a very, very exciting day. Not only is today my birthday, but in the spirit of celebration, I thought that I would give something that has been asked of me for a very long time, and I'm so excited to announce it. And so using this week's video, I am going to show you how to use my presets, the cinematic presets that you can buy today and you can start using to really enhance your creative storytelling through photo. So there's going to be a lot that we're going to cover in this video, but if I'm grinning ear to ear, you know why. This is something I've really been wanting to do for a long time. I've been kind of scared about it in a way, but just also like kind of feeling like a little bit of an imposter, like people asking for my presets, like who am I? But I am really excited to share these with you. I have worked on them for a very long time. I have tried to really refine my color grading process for a while. And so in this video, we're going to cover a couple of things. I'm going to show you where you can get them and how you can purchase them. I'm going to show you how you can download them and import them into your Lightroom libraries. And then we're going to tweak some photos together in various lighting scenarios and both indoor and outdoor settings. So this cinematic creative photography preset pack, it is full of 7 different presets, all color. And so if you're anything like me and you kind of struggle to get specific colors to really pop or to really just get the colors that feel the most vibrant and really match the energy with what it is that your visual poetry is telling, I really feel like these are going to be a resourceful tool, and I really feel like it's going to be very inspiring for anybody who wants to have that sort of cohesive storytelling element to their photos. You want to have your colors match the emotion of whoever is in front of your camera, what it is that you're trying to say. And so I am very excited to be rolling these out. As of right now, they are live and on my website. So today, let's get into where to buy them and how to use them. Okay, so you'll come over to my website, and if you'll notice, there is a cinematic presets at the top menu bar that you can click. And then when you click on it, it's going to take you to the cinematic preset pack page. Lots of P's. And don't know what's happening with my website. It's glitching just a little bit. There's 2 purchase buttons, and then you can kind of look around at all of the creative inspiration here. And some of these are the example images that I will use to kind of show you how I edit with these presets. But if you click the purchase button, it's going to take you basically to your cart, and it'll give you the information of what is in the product. So we've got the 7 color presets, and they feel nostalgic, emotive, and deep. 2 caveats here. So I am not doing a return and refund policy simply because when I felt really motivated to do this, it was when I was seeing all the devastation that was happening with Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton. And way over here in California, I just felt like I should be doing something, but I didn't know how to help. I didn't know how to do that. Wherever you fall on the spectrum politically, many of you might know that there is a lot more devastation that is being reported over in Western North Carolina and Florida than what is actually on the news. And so there's a lot more people out there who need our help. They need our resources. And if I can't put my boots on the ground, then I can donate to the cause. And so for a limited time, all of the profits that I will be gaining from these presets, I'm going to be donating to organizations that are actually there who need funding and are actively taking care of our brothers and sisters in Western North Carolina and Florida. So for now, we're not going to be doing a return and refund policy. So I just appreciate you making a very conscious purchase here. If you click add to cart, it's going to add it to your cart, and you can click view cart and go through the payment process. And when you do, you're going to get an email. That email is going to look like this. And yes, I used my personal email just to kind of test things out and make sure it all worked. When you scroll down, you can click the download the cinematic pack. And when you do, it is going to zip the file and download it to your computer. Then you can come over into your Lightroom library, and this preset pack works with both Adobe Lightroom Classic and Adobe Lightroom. So just depending on your preferences and how you choose to edit and what format you choose to edit, this preset pack will work in both of those. And to import them into your preset library, you're going to go to the same place in both apps. You're going to click File, and then you're going to click the Import Develop Profiles and Presets. And when you do, it's going to open up Finder, and then you'll click the cinematic preset pack that was in your downloads. You'll hit import and it will add it to your library here. When you do, you'll see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 color presets, and they do vary in the time of day. They do vary in if they're indoor and outdoor. And I tried to be as specific as possible with also having like aesthetic titles and all of that, depending on like what lighting scenarios you're going to have. And so there's going to be a lot in this preset pack to really give you a very cinematic, warm, filmy look. But then there's also going to be a lot that you can tweak and maneuver. So here's the before image of this picture that I took, and here it is with the muted indoors preset. And say you weren't really like a fan of the greens that we're pulling in, you could come in here and just do the color range tool. So then you would click on like the color that you want to just kind of tone down. You could just like full on pull the saturation down just a little bit, or you can refine how much of that green you want taken out, whether it's just in the shadows here or whatever, and then you can go back to editing the full image. So that already looks a little bit better, and everybody's shooting styles like within the camera are going to be different, and so just keep in mind you are going to have to tweak these a little bit depending on if you overexpose or underexpose. I tend to underexpose just to maintain my highlights. And then there's always more memory in the shadows than there are in the highlights. If you do blow your highlights out, it's harder to recover those. Here, it's just a little bit too contrasty for me. So then I'll just come into the S curve and start pulling that up a little bit, maybe maneuvering the midtones and brightening those up. Bringing up the blacks just a little bit. I mean, that already looks much better. There's the before and the after, and it's just a really, really beautiful image with the bulk of the work done for you. I really am excited for you guys to try these presets out. We will do the same preset with this image here. I think I use the same preset here, and as you can see, I really did underexpose this image quite a bit. So say for instance, you import this preset and your shooting style is way off for what the preset gives you. I am going to tweak this image right here in front of you to really show you how much you can gain from the preset itself. So I'm just going to bring up the highlights just a little bit, bring up the shadows, and now we're going to manipulate that S curve. Again, it's pretty contrasty and shadowy. Okay, and that's already a lot better, and you can mess with other things like the dehaze button and manipulating more of the exposure. Like right here, I have the dehaze at -5, but if you take it to -7, it brightens up the image a little bit more. And then coming in here, just kind of seeing if you want to pull more of that warmer color. A lot of this, like I said, a lot of it's already done for you. So it's just kind of determining what you want the final image to look like and pulling out some of the greens or the teals and putting in more of like that orange or the warm colors, fixing your white balance and your exposure. But here is the before of that, and here is the after. There was quite a bit of tweaking that we did, but that's a really good example of how versatile this particular preset is. Another great example image is the one that's used in the ad. I love this picture. It's super cute. And we can just kind of like come in here and see which ones we like more. You can see them coming through in the preview section. I'm thinking we'll go with the saturated overcast. This particular preset is made for like a little bit of a cloudy sky. And so it was dulled down just a little bit, but I liked the colors I was getting. So I'm going to bump up the whites here and the highlights. They were crushed quite a bit. And then we'll bump up the exposure, and then we'll mess around with the S curve, but it's already looking pretty close to what I want. Beautiful. Yeah, that's already like super pretty. And a lot of this, a lot of the vibrancy in the color is going to come from the balance of the vibrance and the saturation. So I really encourage you to play around with that as well and make use of that tool. Okay, let's see what we have here. Oh, love it. And then what would make this preset even better is coming back in with like masking and things like that, like, you know, sunshine, and just coming into your mask tool here, you can do like a linear gradient and really just add more to it. I believe that's what I did in that first image. There was a little bit more than just the preset that really just kind of made it stand out. Okay, and then we're going to do a little bit of dehazing. Do you feel like we should push this more into the orange since this was a later day? I mean, and that's already like, that's beautiful. We've got a really, really good tone of green, and then the shadows of the sides of the mountains, and the sky is not, the highlights of the sky are not crushed a ton, and just the color is really pulling through. And then you could refine this even more by subtracting, you know, elements of the shadows out and just really making it shine. But there's a basic before and after of that same preset, and it's just beautiful. Okay, and let's do another one. So this one, this wedding is just amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick crop to really center her. And let's see, I think I wanna do sunny greens. This was shot during a really harsh day. The sun was like beating down. And so I think that's why I called this preset Sunny Greens, is because it's meant for like a midday session. And if you like these colors, then like that's a one click and done for you. But I do want the greens to come through just a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of grab this guy, and we're just going to bring up the saturations just a touch, and then maybe play with the luminance here. Obviously there's green in the shadows, so just kind of be aware of that. And then maybe play with the S curve just a little bit. You can shift the tint back into the purples if you wanted to really kind of like balance out the shadows. I have a hard time like finding fault with this image. I mean, just this couple, they were unreal. Yeah, you can just kind of brighten up these highlights, like the little sun flare here. Let's see, maybe we can pick up this green and maybe shift it to the blue. Oh, maybe we need to saturate it a little more to see what we're working with, and then we'll bring it back down. And then that way their skin kind of stands out a little bit more. Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, so here's a basic before and after with the sunny greens, and that's a really, really good midday preset. So far we've got like the muted indoors, we have the saturated overcast, the sunny greens, and we could spend all day kind of editing a bunch of these different images, but I really feel like the only way to maximize the preset is to get your hands on them and get editing. All right, guys. Well, I hope that this tutorial and the breakdown of what the presets are was helpful. I hope it was inspiring. I'm excited for what it's going to mean for the people who will be benefiting from these donations. And so you participating and just being curious and purchasing the presets and giving them a try, giving them feedback and really just playing around, it means so much more than just the support of my creative journey and all of that. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and thank you so much for the consideration of your donation and the purchase of these presets. I hope that they resource you, and I hope that they really encourage you to get out there and try new things with your composition and your framing and all of the visual parts of your storytelling that really make your photos poetic. And I hope, if anything, it was encouraging for wherever you are in your creative journey, that there are tools and resources out there for you, and there is no shame in buying some presets. We've all been there. I've been there multiple times, and I really appreciate the creatives out there who take the time to break down photo editing and resource photographers who don't exactly know how to get the look that they want. And so I hope this is it for you. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, to leave me a comment down below. My email is linked in the email that you get when you purchase the presets, but I'll also leave all of that information in the description of this video. And more than anything, I can't wait to see what you do with these presets. Feel free to tag me on Instagram. All of that information is in the description of this video as well, and it'll be in the email if you buy these preset packs. And I look forward to seeing your photos color graded this way. Anyways, thanks again for hanging around. Thanks again for your subscription to my YouTube channel. Thank you for your purchase. And until next time, ta-ta for now.